Mr. Olympia is the biggest bodybuilding competition in the world. Many bodybuilders come from around the world to take part in this contest, but it's not easy to participate in Mr. Olympia. To qualify, an athlete must meet requirements as set forth by the IFBB Professional League. Here are 5 facts about the Mr. Olympia bodybuilding competitions that you might not know. Number 1. Mr. Olympia Trophy wasn't always the Sando. But it took a while for the Sando Trophy to become an Olympia staple. At the debut Mr. O in 1965, winner Larry Scott was awarded a bejeweled crown that he begrudgingly put on his head for a photo at the end of the show, and in 1969, Sergio Oliva took home a fancy silver plate. Frank Zane was the first bodybuilder awarded a Sando Trophy when he won the Olympia in 1977. As fitness historian David Chapman later explained, the decision to use a Sando Trophy came from conversations between Arnold Schwarzenegger, Joe Weider, and bodybuilding promoter Jim Lorimer. Number 2. 2 Mr. Olympia competitions have gone uncontested, though the Mr. Olympia typically crams more than a dozen of the world's best onto the stage today. 2 shows of Mr. Olympia contest only featured a single competitor on stage. It happened to Sergio Oliva in 1968 when all the competitor withdrew from the show because of their personal reasons, and in 1971, Arnold Schwarzenegger won because all of the other competitors including Franco Columbu and Oliva were disqualified for taking part in non-IFBB events before Mr. Olympia. Number 3. Out of 16 Mr. Olympia, only 3 Mr. Olympia champions have made successful comeback. Bodybuilding is a frequently changing sport. Champions can seem invincible one year and then suddenly lose the title and disappear the next year. Here are the 3 bodybuilders who come back and win the title again. Schwarzenegger returned in 1980 after last winning in 1975. Then in 1981, Franco Columbu returned to win 5 years after his previous championship win in 1976. The only bodybuilder to regain the Olympia after losing it is Jay Cutler. In 2008, Cutler lost the crown to Dexter Jackson after winning the show the previous 2 years in a row. Cutler then come back in 2009-2010 and win the show, making historic comeback ever in bodybuilding. Number 4. There are only 5 champions who won Mr. Olympia only one time, many of whom have won the title more than once. Lee Haney and Coleman won the Olympia 8 times, Arnold Schwarzenegger and Phil Heath won it 7 times, and Dorian Yates came away with 6. Interestingly enough, there have been only 5 one-time Mr. Olympias so far: Chris Dickerson 1982, Samir Banout 1983, Dexter Jackson 2008, Sean Roden 2018, and Brandon Curry 2019. Number 5. Youngest and oldest Mr. Olympia. The average age of all the Mr. Olympia winners as of 2021 is 32.6 years old. Arnold holds the distinction of being the youngest bodybuilder to ever win Mr. Olympia at just 23 years old in 1970, while Sean Roden's claimed Mr. Olympia title on 2018 when he was 43 years old, making him the oldest to hoist the Sando.